Alright, I'm back. This will be episode 1 of the Majin Trunks saga. I'm back. Yeah, I know it's been a minute, but this will be my very own Majin Trunks saga. This would be episode 1. And anyone watching this, if you want to create a Majin Trunks side of your own, a story of your own, please give your boy some credit if you're inspired because of this video. Also, like, comment, subscribe. So let's get to it, man. Also, let me know what you guys think of the new animation style, right? So, the story starts off after an embarrassing defeat by androids 17 and 18 that Gohan and Trunks experienced, which resulted in the loss of son Gohan's arm. Gohan gives his last Senzu bean to Trunks, who awakens to find his amputated arm and unconscious body. Gohan is placed in a medical coma after the combative experience, where Trunks watches him with guilt and regret plaguing his mind. Suppressing his guilt, Trunks is filled with determination as he vows to find a way to get strong enough to stop the androids before his master Gohan can lose his life. In the plains of a barren landscape, Trunks practices the techniques given to him by his master Gohan with tears in his eyes as he reimagines the trauma of the android carnival massacre. Trunks launches an energy blast that vaporizes a stone before he is met by an ominous dark presence. Wiping away his tears, Trunks flares up his aura in defiance against this mystery character with a dark key signature. This mystery character we know as Dabura, right? Trunks begins to charge up an energy blast with the palm of his hand, but his motion to stand down by the demon. He's motioned to stand down by the demon-like figure who tells Trunks that he simply wants to show him a demonstration of true power. Closing his eyes, the demon begins to charge his ki as malevolent energy encases Trunks while outwardly crackles of black lightning emerge from the person of the mystery demon. Trunks is taken aback by how immense and intense the power is before him, as he really says to himself, wow, this guy is even stronger than Master Gohan. I think he could take out the androids if he wanted to. Guessing because he didn't know the android's power, because remember, androids, you can't sense their energy. Seeing the shock and fear on the young boy's face brings a smile to the demon's face as he turns his back to Trunks while telling him that his master Babidi can make him stronger as well if he channels the hate he has in his heart for those androids. Trunks holds his hand out in protest, telling him to wait because Trunks had more questions for the demon before he could leave. Sensing that Trunks has interest in the demon's offer, he narrows his eyes and smirks at the impressionable youth, deciding to inform Trunks that his name was Dabura and that if he wanted true power, he should look for a ship with an M insignia on it. And after saying that, he teleports away while Trunks tries to run after him to no avail. Trunks is bewildered by the event as he contemplates the demon's offer after experiencing his strength. Shaking his head, Trunks then decides to fly off while meditating on discussion he just had with the mysterious figure with a dark presence on his way back to Capsule Corporation. The sun is setting as he arrives at his destination. Trunks descends down, wondering if his master Gohan is awake. Days go by, but Gohan is still unconscious, and every day Trunks is filled with sorrow at the injured state of his mentor slash big brother slash father figure, Gohan, wrapped in bandages like some sort of Egyptian mummy from a B movie. Bulma worries at the rising anger enveloping her son, and she is slowly reminded of the violent side of his father, Vegeta, when they first landed on the Earth when he was with Nappa. Eventually, as the days go by, Trunks' sorrow is replaced with rage and hate for the cyborg machines that ruined his life and the lives of countless others, including his master and mother. He clenches his fist, causing his nails to cut into his flesh as he meditates terrors for the android tyrants. Beakers begin to break and electric machines begin to glitch as Trunks' aura of hate begins to envelop his body, as energy charges in his fist as he thinks about what the androids have done to his world. Looking at his mom, he tells her that the androids won't get away with what they've done as he sprints out of his own home. Putting on clothing while strapping on his signature sword given to him long ago by his master Gohan, Trunks levitates up while looking towards the directions of the planes he left all those days ago. He then begins to fly towards the direction where he was promised power by the Majin demon dabura. And sure enough, he sees a white ship with an M insignia that dabura had talked about. As Trunks lands down on his feet, he is greeted by dabura, who welcomes him while motioning Trunks to follow him inside the ship. Trunks walks ahead with resolve, only to see a new strange alien creature that informs that in order for him to proceed, he must go through trials to test his worth. Progressing forward, Trunks is greeted by his first opponent, Yakon, a monster with the same M insignia, but this time it was located on his midsection. Trunks can sense the killer intent from his soon-to-be opponent as he takes a battle stance. A series of blows ensue until after a while it becomes apparent to Trunks that this monster Yakon seems to be absorbing his light energy. He decides to lower his energy and reaches for the sword that is on his back, waiting for the slightest sound of the moving monster. He flash steps with his sword in hand, dicing the beast into pieces, similar to how he did Frieza when he defeated Mecha Frieza. Or in another timeline he did that, because he hasn't went back to the future in this timeline. Or he hasn't went to the past in this timeline. Trunks then straps his sword back to his back as he walks into the next room, where he's greeted by his next opponent, Pui Pui. Trunks then asks him straight up, "So do you absorb energy?" Pui crosses his arms and smirks and says, "No, I..." But before he can even speak any further, he is interrupted Why did my computer freeze? Come on. But, so anyway, let me go back. Sorry about that. Trunks then asks, "So do you absorb energy?" Pui crosses his arms, smirks, and says, "No, I..." But Pui is interrupted by Trunks, who screams solar flare, which blinds his vision. Trunks doesn't waste any time as he follows up with a full power energy wave that erases his opponent from existence. See, what I always liked about Trunks is that he doesn't waste any time. He's trying to get you out of the way immediately, which is why I made this scene play out this way. He didn't waste any time. He didn't let Pui power up. He just got to business. Right? Babidi is surprised by how efficient this teenager is at dispatching his minions, as his top demon smirks at the prowess of the boy he selected. A door opens on the ship, revealing Babidi and Dabura, who congratulate Trunks on making it this far, and bows his head. Trunks bows his head with a serious expression, asking for his next opponent so that he can become stronger. The malicious pair only smiles at Trunks before telling him that his next trial would not involve a physical fight, but a mental one. And if he really truly wanted power, he would have to harness it in the form of his hatred for his enemies. Babidi then begins to worm himself into the mind of Trunks while Trunks mentally wrestles with the good and evil, assaulting his mental as he is visited with the image of his mother's face. As his purity clashes with his hatred, he is then shown an image of his master Gohan pulling him out of the water when he was teaching him how to fight. Corruption then begins to creep into his mind as he is now pelted with the image of a laughing Android 18 destroying a city with glee. Trunks shields his eyes as a vision of his mom and master losing their lives manifests in his mind as the Majin influence physically begins to appear on his forehead. The sorrow begins to then dissolve into a smile as a rush of warm dark energy encompasses Trunks, giving him a sense of empowerment. The visions of doom he saw of his loved ones is now replaced with visions of slaughter, visions of him receiving the power to destroy Android 18. With also visions of Android 17 kneeling and begging for his life start to develop in his mind as a burning symbol brands in the center of his forehead. The visions blacken out as the soul of Trunks burns with corruption. A smirk of exception cracks from the lips of Trunks as he is pleased at the rush of power that now courses through his veins. Dabura chuckles at the side of his new colleague as Trunks takes in his newfound power increase, uttering aloud, "Yes, with this power my vision will be reality. Death to the androids." He then begins to cackle in maniacal laughter. Babidi joins in by also laughing maniacally, saying, "On this day, Majin Trunks is born." Alright, so hope you guys like that. And next time on this episode of Majin, on episode 2 of Majin Trunks, we will see Majin Trunks fighting Android 17 and 18. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, comment down below what you would like to see, where you think the story is going, and any ideas that you might have. Yeah, it's been a while, but I'm back. Alright, peace.